Schenck versus United States and why this Supreme Court case was made famous. During World War I, a guy by the name of Charles Schenck proceeded to send mailings to draftees during the war. Well, the government had employed this draft in order to find young men who were able to fight in the military. Charles Schenck believed that this type of draft was unconstitutional and was violating the rights of the people. He coined the term involuntary servitude because he said this type of draft was outlawed by the 13th Amendment. The federal government took action and charged Schenck of a federal crime. Schenck was charged under the Espionage Act of 1917, but he appealed to the Supreme Court saying his First Amendment rights were violated. So the question is, are his mailings to the draftees protected under the First Amendment? After the court hearing, the justices decided in a unanimous court decision that Schenck's mailings were not protected under the First Amendment because they encouraged insubordination and were causing a hindrance to the draftees. This Supreme Court case ruling is significant because, before this case, virtually all types of free speech were protected under the First Amendment. But due to this case, states got the power to regulate free speech if they violated the clear and present danger rule set up by Justice Oliver Holmes. An example of the clear and present danger rule would be like someone calling fire in a theater. If someone called fire in a theater, he would be falsely causing panic and would disrupt the public. This free speech is not protected under the First Amendment. This Supreme Court case ties in precedents and judicial activism. Precedent because it was the first Supreme Court case that dealt with the clear and present danger rule. And also, the justices were engaging in judicial activism because they let states have the power to regulate free speech. In the end, Schenck was jailed for 6 months and the Supreme Court established a new rule that is still effective to this day.